All right, y'all. We're in another trade on the futures desk. Challenge one MNQ or one NQ this time on Bookmap. You can see that we came up and rejected off this area of resistance. This big highlighted, bright, colorful area. Buyers couldn't take the price any higher. Sellers stepped in. We came back up, and we are continuing to fight. But it looks like the sellers are in control at the moment. We go into the futures desk. Here's our trade. Sellers are starting to take control here, and the ADX is starting to flatten out and maybe slope upwards. Ichimoku cloud looks like it's starting to decline a bit here. Um, Not an indicator I use a lot. We're starting to break through these weighted moving averages, and lastly, um, we have this resistance area that I highlighted in gray that we've tapped into multiple times. Looking to take it back down to this area down here. Still like what I'm seeing down here on the DMI, as well as Bookmap. Looks like sellers are still in control here. I may add on to this position. We're not going to. We're just going to keep it. We're just going to keep it where it is. And if I see any heavy resistance here, I'm just closing the trade out. I'm perfectly fine with taking profit and not going back to my entry. So we're not going to be greedy like that. We're just going to, if we see any resistance here at all, or anything that's going to push the price back, if I see any aggressive buying, step in on Bookmap. We're starting to get down to a sell wall here. I'm starting to see a little bit of aggressive buying coming in. I'm going to put it on Bookmap for y'all to look at, but I'm going to have my trade managing on another screen here. And you can kind of see what I'm working with here. We're starting to hit that wall. Sellers still have control here. Still pushing. We're just going to let it hit our target. So we're getting a little bit of resistance there. Let's just see here if we get any more push to the upside. We're going to close this out. A little late on the close. Let's just give it a second here. We can always jump back in. Try not to be too premature on it. Okay, seller step back in, pushing it back down. ADX is starting to slope up. Sellers are still in control. It could have been some profit taking happening right short of my target. If other people have the same idea, right? Um, Still monitoring. Got the button, got the flatten button ready. But I'd like to see it hit the target. We still have selling pressure. I said we can always re-enter, okay? Buyers are coming back in. Sellers are taking over, continuing to try to push down. We're getting a lot of resistance right here. I'm going to give it one more attempt to push through these wicks down here. Looks like might be starting to consolidate a little bit right in this range. Um, so I think yeah, we might be losing momentum here. Trying to be very cognizant of not jumping out, but the uh, the ADX is flattening out. Buyers are stepping in. A little bit of selling pressure declining on the DMI. I mean, who knows what's going to happen here? What I do know is we're going to flatten it out, and we're going to take our money right there. So that gets us back. We could re-enter here, okay? And I'm probably going to reduce risk a little bit. I'm probably going to move over to MNQ because I'm still bearish on the day, but I don't want to take on as much risk. But I do like what we see. And I'll go ahead and pause the video for a moment here. Okay, we jump back in on this trade. Sellers step back in. We took on a little less risk though. So we changed our contract to MNQ, taking on 3 contracts. And we're looking to continue to ride this down. Stop above this last little swing high. You're going to take profit right at this next area of potential support or prior resistance. And we'll come back to Bookmap and monitor. We're already in Bookmap, so sorry about that. There's our trade. So you got this area right here that could potentially find some more resistance if we make it down there, and up top, just above the swing. I almost want to give myself a little bit more room here, but we're just gonna keep it as is. We have to break through this resistance level right here, right where my entry is. Going back to Bookmap, sellers are in control, pushing the price down. I'll keep y'all on Bookmap. Looks like we're coming up on that sell wall.
Order field.
Looks like we hit our TP on that account. So we'll go and take a look at that in a second here. I'm also managing a trade on my other challenge, which I'll have an additional video for, but it's a good trading day though, man. I gotta admit, man, today's been fun so far. It's been a lot of fun. So we hit our target. We're getting a little bit of rejection from it. So we're up 131 on the day after 2 trades. This was a pullback continuation, trend continuation trade. So we come back into our TFD. What I like about the futures desk is that we're still going. I kind of want to re-enter here. We're breaking through that resistance. We're still not quite there. We're not gonna re-enter. Man, I almost hit that button. So that's what happens, right? When you just start to think you know what's happening. So we're not gonna do it, right? We didn't plan it. So this was our first trade this morning. This is a 2,000 tick chart. We got stopped out essentially right here after taking this opening range break trade. And here was our trade that we just took. We'll take a little bit of a screenshot here. It looks like we hit our profit target on our other account, which is awesome. And just to finish up here, where's today? Do we have today? There it is. So here is our last trade. So we're going to enter notes. So this was uh, a pullback in a downtrend continuation trade. We'll create a new setup because we haven't really done this one yet. And this is what I like about this, the futures desk. Uh, color have I not used? How about this? We have purple. Man, I've used all these colors. Okay, we'll make it gray. Continuation. And then we'll just paste our picture in here. Kind of see what's going on there. And it's also on the chart so we can review it later. So I really like the futures desk journaling right here in the spot. So looks like we hit our profit target, got a little bit. Now we're into that resistance zone. We're probably going to consolidate here before it decides what to do next. So that was a really good spot to exit. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. We're 131 in profit for the day. And I'm going to go grab some breakfast, finalize the update for the other channel. And if we have to take another trade, we'll obviously have another video. Happy trading, y'all.